Hi, I'm Diane Hendricks and welcome to Fresh to Frozen and Back. This show is going to make your life easier. In each episode, I will show you how to prepare delicious and better for you meals, how to freeze them properly, and then bring them back to the table, zhuzh them up a little bit, and bring them back to life at a later date. This episode is last minute meals. I'll never forget when my kids were little, I would be like, oh my goodness, it's 5 o'clock. What am I gonna feed these people? I didn't go to the grocery store. I didn't do any planning. So everything you need is probably in your refrigerator and freezer right now. And if it's not, you'll stock it up so the next time it is. So all of these meals are super simple to prepare and really easy to do. So starting off with all-in-one salad night. So what you do is you get whatever vegetables that you have in your refrigerator. It can be anything. It can be greens, it can be cabbage, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, it doesn't matter. Pickles, hot peppers, anything you can find, and chop it all up and put it in a big bowl, and you can put that right in the middle of the table. And then go through your freezer or your refrigerator. I had some salmon in my freezer that it takes 2 minutes to defrost. I have it in a Ziploc bag, frozen in the freezer, and then I take a bowl of cold water and just drop the bag right into the cold water, and it takes about 10-15 minutes tops to defrost. And then you just cook it however you want. This piece here, I just put a little bit of orange juice on it, squeezed a little bit of lime, added some parsley and some fresh herbs, and then just cooked it. The skin is on it, which is where a lot of the nutrition is and the healthy fats. So what I like to do is get the skin a little crispy, and I cook it with the skin down in a little bit of olive oil so it kind of heats from the bottom and crisps up that skin, and it's absolutely delicious. And you just throw it on top of the salad and break it up. Here's a rotisserie chicken. This is a leg quarter and some fresh chicken breast. You can use whatever you like. If you have turkey in your refrigerator, it doesn't matter what it is, any type of cheese or meat or beans, you name it. Tofu, we have some chopped tofu here. If you have tofu in your fridge, you can actually chop it up into little bite-sized pieces, dice it, and then you can saute it really quick in some really good quality olive oil and a little bit of spices and toss it on top of the salad. Tuna, just open a can of solid white tuna and throw that on top as well. So all-in-one salads are a really great way to have dinner on the table in a hurry. You can add some chips or some crackers with that, and it really makes a really delicious meal. And make your favorite dressing. You can make a quick vinaigrette with just olive oil and some red wine vinegar or balsamic vinegar, your favorite herbs and spices, and I love to whisk in a little bit of Dijon mustard, and then just make your salad. So that is so fast and so easy. Taco night. You can't go wrong. Again, you're gonna forage through your refrigerator for vegetables. Here I have cucumbers and peppers and onions and some zucchini, whatever I had chopped up nice and fine. And then we have some shredded cheese. This is a shredded Mexican blend, which freezes great. So when you buy shredded cheese, I usually take half of the shredded cheese that's in the bag and put it in a freezer-safe Ziploc bag, label it, date it, and throw it in my freezer. That way, I can always go into my freezer and grab the shredded cheese whenever I need it. Beans. Here I have black beans. You can use pinto beans, garbanzo beans, cannellini beans, any type of beans that you like, or a combination of all of the above, and it's really simple. One episode I showed you how to make chili. If you have that chili in your freezer, just defrost it and use that as a filling for your tacos. Guacamole, just a quick guacamole. You're just gonna take an avocado, which freeze beautifully. So if you have avocados that you're not sure that you're gonna be using them right away, just all you have to do is just cut them and peel them, and then just cut them in half and put them in a freezer safe Ziploc bag, and they freeze great. And then you can just pull them right out. A little lime and some hard tortillas and some flour tortillas. I'm gonna show you how to make a very, very quick salsa. All you're gonna do is, this is just chopped up cucumber. I had a cucumber in the fridge, some tomatoes. These happen to be grape tomatoes, which make a really nice salsa. Some red onion. You don't want too much of the red onion. Lime juice, fresh lime juice, or just squeeze a lime. Some cilantro, which really makes it very, very nice. And then just a hit of salt. And you've got yourself a very quick salsa that will go beautifully with your tacos. So you just mix that up and you add that to your tacos. So we're also gonna do some ground turkey. So if you have any ground turkey or ground chicken or ground beef in your freezer, you can defrost it very quickly. Or if you have it fresh, that's great. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on this stove and get this heated up pretty high, okay? And then we're going to get this, start heating up, here it goes. And we're gonna use a little olive oil. I'm using loy lati, which is a Greek word for oil, and it's so good. It just won the Sophie Award at the Jacob Javits Center for the best olive oil in its category. It's from Crete, and it's just fantastic. Now you can see as it hits the pan, it's getting more liquid. So you don't have to use a ton of oil when you're cooking. Just let it get a little bit, just a little bit goes such a long way. I have about not even a tablespoon of olive oil in there. Good quality fats. So we're gonna put this meat right in the pan. You wanna hear that sizzle. And this is just a quick taco seasoning. You don't have to use the packets. Here I have a combination of chili powder, oregano, cumin, salt, and pepper. And it's so good, and it adds so much flavor, and you can make a super quick filling for your taco. And you can do the same spices for your tacos if you want, with tofu or tempeh or beans. Even the beans, put them in the pan just like you did the meat, with all of those delicious spices, and you have yourself a nice filling for your tacos. Whatever's left over here freezes great. I know you're gonna hear me say that a million times, because almost everything freezes great if you do it correctly, and it makes your life so much easier. So this is almost done. This cooks up very, very quickly. And you can see as the pink goes away. And it's a ground turkey, so any type of meat like this, you want to cook it fully. Oh, it smells so good. But look how quick that was. That was raw, 2 pounds of raw ground turkey breast, which is the leanest. You want to look for turkey breast, because then you get the leaner cut of meat. And look at that. It's done. And this has so much flavor. And I can smell it. I can smell the essence here. Oh, we want to add some cilantro. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this off, and I'm gonna chop up some cilantro. So when you get a bunch of cilantro, I mean, none of us really like doing this, right? Nobody wants to do that, it takes forever. So what I'm gonna show you just a little trick that I do, is I'll take the whole bunch and I'll just give it like a little haircut. I'm going to just kind of shave down and turn it around and shave it until I get all the top leaves off. And then I'm just gonna lob off the end. And then I'm gonna use that. Now don't get rid of these stems. Oh, it smells so good. A lot of the flavor and fresh herbs is in the stems. And you'll hear me say this, but I have an ongoing bag in my freezer that has all types of herbs and the ends of carrots and onions and just any type of ends of vegetables and herbs that I'm finished with, and I stick it all in that bag. And once that bag gets full, I just drop the whole bag in some water, bring it to a boil, I let it simmer for like an hour, and that juice that broth just becomes your vegetable broth. Then you strain it, freeze it in a quart containers I like to do, or you can do the half a quart. And then anytime you need you want to make a quick soup or anything, you just pull that out and you made it. So, and you also had the control over the amount of salt, fat, and sugar that was in that. So then we're just going to chop this up a little bit. When you're chopping herbs, just keep gathering it all together. You want a nice long knife, and actually this is my knife set. You can get it on my website. You only need 3 knives in your kitchen. You need a 8-inch chef knife, a serrated knife, and a paring knife. So you can go on my website and check out all my products there. And then you just chop it up nice and fine. And then we're just gonna drop this in here and then stir it up. Now while that's like getting all those flavors together, I gotta check these McCain Craft Beer Battered Fries that are in the oven. So I'm gonna turn that off. I'll show you them in a second. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, so now we have this delicious ground turkey, and you can just make yourself a nice little taco. So what I like to do is I like to put the cheese on the bottom. I always put the cheese on first because the meat, because it's warm, is going to make it melt. So I put a little bit on the bottom, then I'll put a little bit right in there. The funny thing with these, the hard tacos, I make such a mess with these. Every time I take a bite, they break. So I'll show you in a second what I usually do with them. And then I'm gonna take some of this little vegetables that I had, a little salsa. There's no rhyme or reason to this. You do it however you like it. A little guacamole, a couple of beans, and then we're gonna squeeze a little lime on it and top it with another little hit of cheese. And you can do the same thing with a soft tortilla, just wrap it all up. I'm not gonna take a bite of this because like I said, I always break them. So when I eat hard tacos, I always break them like this. I break them first. I get the job done first, and I do it like this, and it's easier to eat. So I'll make like 2 little, and it seems like you're having more actually too. And then I'll do all the same stuff, top it with all the same things, and then I'll eat it open-faced. So it's kind of like you're getting 2 for 1. So then I'll eat it like that, and then eat it like that. So that's just the way I do it, but try it, you'll like it. Because when you bite into them, it kind of goes all over the place. Okay, taco night out of the way. Okay, now we have pizza night. Okay, so you can make pizza dough, it has to rise. I have a great recipe for pizza dough on my website, but if you're short on time, everybody's starving, I'm hungry, here's what I do. I'll take a pita or naan, and I'm gonna show you the naan, which is a type of flatbread pizza that I made that's frozen, so I can show you how beautiful it looks when it's frozen. You take it, you can toast it if you want. The easy way to toast it on top of if you have a gas stove, is I just drop it on there like that. Then flip it over, do the same thing on the other side, or you can stick it in the oven, but this is the quickest way. You can roast peppers on the stove like that too. Then I'll take some marinara sauce. Put it on. You can use hummus if you don't want marinara. Hummus is great as a sauce on a pizza. So good. Marinara sauce, and then again, your favorite toppings. I'm gonna take a little bit of mozzarella. The mozz. Can't have a pizza without the mozz. Then I will do a little bit of broccoli. Broccoli and hot peppers is my favorite pizza. There's a place down by us called Pete and Elda's. Carmen's Pizza has the best broccoli and hot peppers. Little black olives. These are green olives, but they taste like black olives. It's pretty wild. Then I'm gonna take a little peppers because I like that. Something red. And I see some spinach over here. I'll just chop that up a little bit. And I don't mind that there's a little cilantro on there. That's it, a little bit of that. And that's it, and then you just stick this in the oven, 350, 400 for about, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes until the cheese starts to melt, and you've got yourself a pizza that you can put right out on the table. And you can even do individual ones. You can do it with bagels, you can do it with English muffins. Just toast them first and do the same exact thing, and it's great for the kids because they're perfect sizes. Okay. Next, we have burger night. Here I have veggie burgers and I have regular beef burgers, very lean beef. The higher percentage, like 90% lean, the least fat. 95% lean or ground sirloin, which is really, really lean. So you just grab, I always have veggie burgers in the freezer. Again, there's a great recipe on my website, and I've already done one of these episodes with veggie burgers because they freeze great. So you just take whatever you have. Here I've got some cheese, I got some pepper rings, some tomatoes, and then you've got yourself any rolls that you have, and do the same thing with the pizza that you did with the pizza, whatever you have on hand. It can be rye bread, it can be bagels, it can be whatever you have. Or if you don't want bread, you can use cabbage. Big cabbage leaves are great for burgers. You wrap them up, or you can use romaine lettuce or butter lettuce, whatever you have. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit. And last but not least, breakfast for dinner. And we called it backwards day when my kids were little. We did it backwards. So we'd have breakfast for dinner. The first thing is a yogurt parfait, which is so good. Lots of nutrition, lots of protein. This is Greek yogurt, nice and thick and delicious. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla extract. Just a little. You can use almond extract, which gives it a really nice flavor. Coconut, lemon, orange, all the extracts. Just make sure they're pure, not imitation. Some cinnamon. And then we're gonna add some honey. And I'm using this loimeli, which is the word for honey in Greek. Oh, it's so good. This is wild forest black honey, harvested by bees in the mountains of Greece. So good. Okay. Now, you have this delicious flavor. Whenever you're using yogurt, I suggest that you use plain yogurt and add everything to it. So if you like vanilla yogurt, buy plain yogurt, add vanilla, and add your favorite sweetener, because you want to be in control of the amount of sugar that's in your food. So same thing with garlic salt, onion salt, or celery salt. You want to get the powders and then you add the salt because you want to be in control. This is how easy this is, and it's so good. So what I like to do is I'll put a little bit of, there's some muesli, just like some oats and nuts, a little bit of unsweetened coconut, and a little bit of nuts and a couple of berries in the bottom. Then I will add the yogurt. Oh my gosh, it smells so good and it looks amazing. So yummy. And then we'll just add all of this right on top. And you've got, this is a really nice meal. So you can have this as a meal, and if you're hungry later, you can add a little bit of the waffles, which is another breakfast for dinner. You can do pancakes or waffles. I'm gonna show you some peach pancakes that I made that freeze, again, great. And I'll show you them from the freezer. And tossed salad and scrambled eggs, just like that Fraser tune, tossed salad and scrambled eggs. And with that, with any of these, we are going to add, look at these. These are McCain's craft beer battered fries, and they're made with American Pale Ale, and they are so delicious. 100% potato, no artificial colors or flavors, and I absolutely love them. So you can have a little salad, tossed salad, scrambled eggs, and some of these delicious fries. And you can actually put these fries out with, they'd be great with the waffles and with the burgers, so they actually really pair well with everything. Okay? And believe it or not, when you have I'm going to be doing an episode with leftover potatoes and leftover French fries. There's so much you can do with the leftovers, but these also, they pair beautifully with everything. You can't go wrong with them. And then here we have the salad and the scrambled eggs and tossed salad. Now, when I come back, I'm going to show you some frozen stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just pulled a couple of things out of the freezer just to show you how easily it comes back to the table. So let's start with the pizza. We have this pizza that I made it here with a pita. Here it's with a naan. That's frozen. It's so easy. You just pop that right back in the oven and you have dinner on the table. So if you're making this, make a couple extra. And what you do is when you're finished, after you bake it, put it on a baking sheet. So you'll have maybe 3 pizzas on a baking sheet. Stick them in the freezer till they get solid, and then take them out and just stack them and label them and date them and put them in a freezer safe bag. So good and easy. The salmon, so good. I made 2 when I made that salmon over there. This one's frozen solid. And all you do, just let it sit in the refrigerator. It'll defrost quickly, or throw it in the refrigerator in the morning, and you know you have your protein for your salad, for your all-in-one salad. And burgers, of course, we know they freeze well. So we have veggie burgers and we have regular beef burgers that freeze. Just label them and date them. So everything really freezes great. I mean, you can't go wrong with freezing. If you love this episode, please share it with your friends. Follow me on social media at Diane Hendricks. go to my YouTube channel. And thanks for watching Fresh to Frozen and Back, and I'll see you next time.